Hey everybody, I am out running some errands today and I wanted to kind of share how we're doing and some parenting tactics. So in the last couple days, our youngest has been having some behaviors again. She's been good for a couple months. The root of the behaviors really comes down to her wanting control. And that's something that like a lot of foster kids will deal with is they manipulate and they control. Um, and so I was doing some research this morning about how to deal with the manipulation and like the crazy lying because they're doing that a little bit right now too. And basically with the manipulation, if you go on YouTube, there's Empowered to Connect is like a group that puts stuff out about foster care, and Karen Purvis is like the founder, kind of. She wrote The Connected Child, which I strongly suggest that you read that book. I might need to go through it again just to kind of refresh. But she's saying that like if you have a child who's manipulating, you need to like if they're wanting something and they're trying to like ask a bunch of questions around it to get what they want, then you need to like come down on their level and tell them, just we're not going to go around this circle. You just need to tell me what you need, and if you can, you say yes, because if they've told you that, you need to build that trust that you're going to give them what they want, and you can't always say yes, and that was something that she talked about, and I wanted to address the fact that that's not always going to work. Especially if you have cultural differences with your children. Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. It depends on the mood the kid's in. Sometimes what'll happen is you'll get on their level and you'll say that and they'll walk away. They won't even tell you anything. They'll stop because they don't want to ask you. And like she was saying, like this is normal behavior for every child, but with foster children, this is often like a way that they've learned to survive, so they rely on it a little bit more heavily. And then the need for control, she was talking about, she was working with a woman who had a little girl who was so controlling to the point that she was telling her mom what shoes to wear during the day. If you're a foster parent, first of all, don't ever let it get that far. That you're already losing if you've gotten it that far. That's insane. Yeah, the kid's gonna throw a fit if you don't let them control every little thing, but all you're telling them is that you can't control the situation when you do that. And the way that she suggests, and the Connected Child suggests that you alleviate the need for control, is to give them appropriate levels of control. So with the shoes, it's like, okay, well, you can't pick out my shoes, but let's go pick out what you want to wear tomorrow. That's great until your kid wants to wear shorts and it's 30 below outside. My children, we live in Arizona, so it's obviously not 30 below, but if it was up to them, they would wear shorts all year round. Or they want to wear boots every day, and then they come home complaining that their shins hurt and their legs hurt, and it's because they haven't been wearing supportive shoes. So there's the first problem with that, is you can't just let them freely pick stuff. The second problem is if you have a really controlling child, they're not going to care. They want to make the choice that they want to make. My youngest, when we first got her, tried to make my husband leave the room. In like the living room, not even in her bedroom. And I looked at her dead in the face and I told her, I was like, no. This is John. He lives here. He owns this house with me. I love him and he's going to be in the common area. If you want to be alone or if you want to be away from John, you feel free to go into your room. And you can be without him there. But John will be in this room with us. So when we first got her, she was having fits like she had today, daily. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Because she'd never been in an environment before where people told her no. And didn't care if she threw a fit. Didn't care if she was going to be violent. It's like, nope, sorry, not getting in your way. I'm just as stubborn as you are. So yeah, it's great hearing these things in practice, and even if you get through something, your kids are gonna circle back at some point, and they're probably gonna have these behaviors again. One of the therapists that the girls worked with told me that what they're doing is they're having like a touchback. It's what she called as like a touch point. And so basically they're going back to a previous need and they're testing it out to make sure you'll still meet it before they start to like launch forward developmentally. And so like she's been asking me to dress her and she's been asking me to like brush her teeth and stuff. And she's 7. So she shouldn't be doing those kinds of things. But I think it's in part because she's feeling like she's not getting enough attention. And post her fit this morning, I was able to talk to her and I was able to get out of her like, I feel like I'm not getting enough attention. So that's part of it. So if you can fulfill their attention, and then the need to control kind of comes down a little bit because they feel loved and they feel safe. So when your kid is doing these kinds of behaviors, you also need to look at like what you're doing, how parenting has been going from your perspective to see what you need to tweak to be able to make them feel more secure. So yeah, I just want to tell everybody, if you have foster kids and you're trying these techniques and they're not working, or you feel like you're not making any headway, you're not alone. It is worth it. Keep going. Just stick it out, because a lot of the reason why they're having this trouble is because so many people have quit on them before. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. This is my natural hair, by the way, guys. I did not do anything with it, so this is what it looks like normally when it's down. I know I don't do a lot of videos with my hair down, but I think my hair is getting tired of being up, so I wanted to like have it down for a little bit, and this is it. So, yeah, no shame. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later.